Good evening, everyone. My name is James, and I will be explaining my role that I help in contributing the Capstone cloud computing project. We are dealing with the restaurant reservation system, and my role was to be the front end and the back end developer. So for the front end, I make sure that I develop a very responsive user interface to make sure that um, um, customers are able to access the website without any hesitation. And then also I was managing the APIs, which was responsible for communications, and then also making sure that the fetch calls for data and then records all the database in the website. So all the customers that is being recorded in the website all is in the front end. And then for the back end too, okay, so for the back end, I made the something called the RESTful API, which is responsible for controlling all the traffic systems in the database, whether a database is being recorded or a database is pending or even a database is being cancelled. You see, when you are booking a reservation or booking a table, there are some people who might have a very successful booking, and some of them too might fail, and some of them too it might be pending. Maybe the website might be a little bit choked where lots so of what the API and then MySQL database does is that it controls the incoming web traffic, and then it also manages the pending reservations. And also the API also ensures that all the submission forms can load without any page reloads. Yes, and you see when there is a synchronous communication, right? The API has to talk to the database, all the records, everything, the name, the email, date, whatever is there. It has to pass the information to the API so that it will load. So beyond the application logic, I also contributed in one of the cloud computing system management things. This includes configuring the system basic monitoring, and then also the log collection, and then also the performance metrics. All these ones is to track the crucial health of the active CPU usage and then the real-time memory utilization. Okay, so in conclusion, what I did was to bridge the front-end client interface, and then also a back-end API, and then a scalable AWS environment, which helped us to build a very secure and a responsive restaurant management system. Thank you.
Hello, Benedicta Ifiahose here. So, taking the Grow House project into consideration, I played the role as a cloud engineer architect. And as a cloud engineer architect, it is my duty to oversee all the cloud instances and strategies. First and foremost, I set up an EC2 instance where I hosted the website and the backend. After that, for security reasons, I created security groups. Then these security groups acted as firewalls to prevent infiltrators from getting access to the database. And then I established a relationship or a connection between the EC2 and then the database, and not with the public internet. Or the public internet is basically going to give access to anyone to get hold of that database. And I don't want that to happen. For deployment, I mean giving or releasing the website to the public. I used a web proxy called the PM2 in accordance with the dark domain DNS. And then this dark domain DNS is supposed to, it's more or less like a domain that gives the end users or the public access to the website. And for my main role, I oversee all the cloud instances. I use a cloud watch to make sure that there is this optimum usage in cloud server storage and also for CPU storage, and then also having this operating system called the network operating system, whereby operating system called the network operating system, whereby it is going to track all processes and all occurrences happening on the cloud smoothly.
My name is Emmanuel Taylor, and then I'm in group 37, and my contribution towards the group work was the database design, which consists of the uses of the database design, the reservations of the database design, and the menus of the database design. Also, the application implementation, which is also the back end and then the front end of the database design. I also helped in the contribution of the deployment process, which has many other like examples. Yeah, and also the security considerations, which some are even like no root AWS credentials were used. Yeah, and also the testing and then the validation as well. So I also helped also bringing out the implementation hurdles and the solutions, which all helped in making the group work a success. Thank you.